guys, it is Brooke with the Junk Parlor. Today we are going to the most epic estate sale full of art that I've ever been to. Rows and rows of art in the garage, and then more art in a bedroom. And let's not forget there was art hanging on the wall. So in today's video, we are gonna go to an estate sale. I got up at my normal workout time, 4:45, and then drank coffee and got ready for the estate sale instead of going to the gym. Left the house about 4:45. We ended up getting there way early, which was fine. We wanted to be there early. I was the first person in line and I invited my girlfriend Hillary to go with me, so she was number 2. We are going to look a little bit around the estate sale and then I'm going to show you my haul. Okay, so we are in one of the rooms. I have really been flipping through pictures this entire time. Everything is marked, which is nice. They have it advertised as being wholesale prices. I'm not sure that I would completely agree with that, but still gonna get a lot of good things. That's $450. This piece was $25. I loved it, of course, because it's green, the leaves, but I wasn't really sure what it was. It's almost like a plant stand or a bird bath stand. Tell me down in the comments if you know what it is. Of course, I love these ironstone pieces, such great crazing. I thought it was so weird how this like pine cone topper on the lid was cracked, but still beautiful. I ended up leaving them because I really just came for the art.
Like people, like my kindergartners would see me in the grocery store and they'd hide behind their mom because you're not supposed to see your teacher. Ow.
This would have been a cool turkey, but there's no turkey top.
I'm gonna go back out to the garage real quick.
Okay. And then I really like this, which I think I have one similar at home. It is marked. They bought it at $6.50 and are asking $25. And then you can see this is an entire room of more glass. And I should add that not all of this stuff was in the house. So he was a dealer. So he had stuff in semi-trailers. I think he owned a schoolhouse, someone said, and it was full. So they basically brought as much as they could from all of the different locations he was storing things and put it here in the house. Their plan is to have at least one more sale. And here we are after we loaded the truck with our haul. Hillary's having a little healthy snack, a plain hamburger patty. She's on a massive health kick. We just got back from an amazing estate sale. So Google Maps said it was gonna be about 50 minutes. I think it only ended up taking 30. So we got there plenty of time early to be first in line. And it's cold out and we had to stand outside. So I've had a stocking cap on, my winter coat, my new heated coat, which I'll link down below for you. It worked well, but I was still chilly. And we are so lucky that the sale was this week and not last week, because last week was like -30 and today it was like 30. Cannot complain on the weather, but I got so much art and that's the reason I went. So when they shared pictures, it was pretty much art or glassware. Well, no one's buying glassware. I love art and I have been on the hunt for a deer, ducks, dogs, some kind of hunting theme, dark moody to go with the two that I have hanging on the wall here between the dining room and the living room. And I've just unloaded everything. It's dirty. I did take some of the price tags off, but that's not because I'm not sharing the prices. It's just because pretty much everything was between $3 and $30. There was one thing that was $1, but out of the artwork, it was $3 to $30. So those $30 items, I will tell you what they were. Just figure if it was smaller, it was probably $3. And if it was a larger size or like a normal 8x10 size, then that's gonna be $10 or more. But even then, that is a great price. Now, some of the art I am going to keep because I want to, and yes, it's a very weird, but I do feel guilty sometimes about keeping things. I don't know why, but I do, because it's my business to sell things. So when I keep things, I feel a little bit bad for whatever reason, and I'm showing you what I got, and I'm sure you're gonna be like, hey, that's awesome, and I want it, and I'm gonna be like, no, I'm keeping it. So anyway, I apologize for that, but everything that is for sale will be listed over at thejunkparlor.com. Now, I do have a ton of art, so it might not be listed immediately, even if it is still for sale. So if you liked something and you don't see it on the website, just message me. Hey, are you going to be selling this? Or as soon as you have this priced, let me know, because it's a lot and everything pretty much needs cleaned, because there were some original Goodwill stickers on things from like 1991. And in my mind, I'm like, oh, that's not that long ago. But it's like, Brooke, you were like a freshman in high school, so it was a while ago. But enough chit-chatting, let's look at what I got. Okay, to start off with, we're gonna go over the artwork that I have laid out here on the table, and hopefully the lighting is okay. This is just a little print, I think. It says Edward Gross Company. I just thought he was cute, and he's little, and it is just a print. And then look at the hanger on this. It's like somebody did some twisted wire and some metal clamp. Maybe that metal piece was original, but the twisted wire definitely wasn't. So this is super cute. There were actually, oh, this one is broken. There was 3 of these, and the smallest one, the top piece on the frame was broken. I'm going to just show you this and set it down. This is a mirror with the yellow velvet. It had popped out of this frame, which I guess is really the only one that is completely intact, because it has this bottom detail and the top detail. It is marked Italy, and they're all like different sizes. So I don't know, maybe it is a different one, because this one has a plastic back on it that says made in Hong Kong, but this bottom decorative piece is broken. This one is bigger than that one, and then the one that I ended up leaving because this part was broken was smaller. So from the front though, they look very, very similar. So even though this is broken, unless you're really studying on it, you're probably not even gonna notice. Lots of the paintings are actually paintings on a board, not on canvas. This is one of those. They are signed. So this one is L. Moyer, I think is what it says, but a nice valley scene with the barn. And you can see it, this even looks to me like paneling without the grooves, but just a piece of wood. This one is also on a canvas board, and let's see, on the back, it looks like they probably paid $10 on it. So a lot of the old original tags. This one is actually a painting. It's signed O.M. Croder or Croden, something like that. Very nicely done. Here is the back, so you can see that it's a canvas board. I definitely like decorating with nature. I like green. And these little things meet both of those. So the pressed flowers are neutral colors, and then the background, which it doesn't look like you can kind of see that very well on camera, but it's actually green. It says, do not hang in direct sunlight, J. Schnell of 73. So that's when these were pressed, and I like the frames that they're in too. Another pair set we got was the oval framed fruit print. I don't even know what this is, but I really like the wood frames. If you have seen above my toilet, then you'll know that this is pretty much the frame that's above my toilet. It does have the wood back, which I really like. And then this one needs a little bit of love, some nails back in here to hold it in place. But this is just a page they have framed. I don't necessarily like the fruit that's in them, so if anything, I might swap it out for some birds or do nothing. So in the one above my bathroom, they are just, this one has a signature on the back on the wood. I don't even have anything in it. You're just looking at the wood back, which I really like, but you know, that's my personal preference. This does have a sticker on it. I don't know if it goes with it, but it says Pretzel print. Small art is really nice because it's easy to ship. So this is another canvas board. You can kind of see it's been cut down to a smaller size for the frame, and the pears are done really well. This one does have a signature here in the corner. It's just really hard to see and read, but love the color schemes on this. I love this one too. I can't think what kind of flowers these are, but a green frame. The back has numbers on it, so possibly was done in, at least framed in 85, but the original price tag on here, he started picking it off, but it was $1. You know I love deer. This one doesn't necessarily have the look I love, but it is hand painted. Again, it was $1 when the guy got it. I mean, I think this guy just collected and collected and collected and hoarded. Never sold anything or displayed anything. My favorite picture is this girl, and the bottom is not perfect. This looks almost even freshly bent. I mean, it looks old bent, but new bent. So I might tack it down with a little bit of like fabric glue maybe. And then my girlfriend, I'm so excited for this tip. My girlfriend said that what you can do when they have like been pushed through, like they're not flat, you can paint on the back of it, and that will shrink up the canvas a little bit. So I'm excited to do that. Not on really anything that I bought. I don't think it would work, but I have some sailboats on the website already, and they have definitely been dented and need some love, but I never knew what to do. So I'm gonna try that and see if it helps. But this beauty was only $10, and look at the back. I mean, the back is cool too. The first layers, I guess, of her. I don't even know how that works. This one is pretty abstract. It's almost like when you put blobs of paint and then you smash something on it and pull it off, but I still like it. It might be a little bit newer. I mean, I don't think the signature says anything, like maybe Atkinson, but I love the color scheme, and it goes well with this guy. Now there is a hole in this canvas right here, but very, very minuscule, like you can hardly even notice. And I'm just now noticing this like stalk of corn, or it makes me think of, what's the character that climbed the beanstalk? Tell me down in the comments, because you know my mind doesn't work very well. But this one's in a nice thick box frame, so it will even stand up. I don't see a signature on this one though. Also very similar on the color schemes of the other two is this little kettle and cup. I think it's a really cute, really well done. Looks like it has initials, maybe JH there. So I've kind of separated the artwork out. I've got the smaller pieces here on the table. I've got multiple fruit pieces, some animal pieces, and some floral pieces, and actually some ocean pieces. And so I'm gonna kind of show you each one of those in a grouping. So some of these fruit ones are going to be canvases, and some are on a board. So this one is a smaller size, bigger than the ones on the table, but a canvas. This one on the canvas, it says 16 by 20. So a basket of fruit. Not seeing any dates or anything on the back, and it is very, very faintly signed here in the corner somewhere. Right there, like teeny tiny. And these are dirty, so they definitely need a good cleaning. I'm probably gonna have to do some Googling to see the best way to clean it because, like I said, this guy has bought for forever and then things have just been setting. And the family really like went over the top, if that is the correct way to explain it. It's basically like a hoarder house, took everything out, built shelves to border all the rooms in the house, and then brought everything in and priced it and grouped it all together, etc. So there was a lot of stuff to go through. The garage just had shelves and everything was just lined up. So if things aren't more damaged than they are, which I don't really feel like the ones I got are too damaged, it's amazing. So here, this one is on board. Looks like it was 75 cents to start with, and I got it for 10. 18 by 24 on this one. This canvas, one of the reasons that I got it, I liked it so much, was just for the guy's signature. Look at that signature. I mean, it's just a cool, he's just printing. Dave Cunningham, that is March of 65. So I just thought that was really cool. This one was at Goodwill for $2.97. This one has a handwritten Goodwill sticker on it. I mean, how crazy is that? How long ago would Goodwill have done handwritten price tags? So this one obviously was probably framed at some point because it has the eye here, but there's only one eye, or at least obviously it had a wire. So those are the fruit paintings. Okay, next up we're gonna do the florals, and I am really surprised I didn't pick up more florals. I like florals if they call my name, but I was also looking for original art. So there were tons of prints, there was tons of newer things, there were tons of empty frames, there was tons of everything. Now this floral print I didn't get because of the print, I got it because of the frame. Do you see that? Do you see that? That's carpet. It's probably not carpet, it's probably velvet. But the frame on it is just amazing and awesome. So I got that because I can always switch out the art, but the frame is just so fun and funky. I needed it. And this one is really good, although to me, the frame almost looks newer. These like purple and blue and green irises. This one definitely has some dirt on it, like, need to really clean that. So I said the frame looks newer, right? But it has been professionally framed at some point. So the paper looks older, it's discolored and tan and fallen off. So I don't know, because to me, the frame doesn't match. And I would really be curious to see how much it hangs over, which actually I don't think it hangs over very much. But this for me might be one that would look better without the frame. So some of these as I'm cleaning them, I might change them up. There's another one, especially because to me it looks like it has termite damage. Although the guys there said you can't transfer termites, that they come eat and then they go back into the ground and you can't move them. So hopefully they're right, because I about didn't buy that, or I was just gonna dismantle it and take I think it's a canvas, or it's a board, and take the art out of it and leave the frame, because my husband would kill me if I brought home termites. Next up, we have some ocean paintings. This one is done on a board, and it is a crazy thick board. So this one was $10, and honestly, the thing I like the most about it is the guy down here. He looks like he would be in one of those like rain suits with a hat. And I don't know, I liked that. So the coloring on this is just so good. This is the termite one. So see all that wood rot? Like literally everywhere. You can equally see it on the back. So would that have stopped you from buying it? But I loved the art. Again, it's an oceanside kind of similar to the other one, but more dark and moody. And this one is on a board. Okay, this one kind of goes better with one of the smaller pieces that I had on the table. It definitely needs cleaned better, and it is a canvas, but you've got this winter scene, and it is framed. It says Betty Lyons, and it says it's about 11 by 14 frame, so give you an approximation on the size. I didn't want to buy any empty frames. Not really for any reason, but I don't need any empty frames. And I don't really need any of this stuff. But some of the pieces I would use the frames, but I didn't want to just buy frames. And I guess what I'm trying to say is, like, when we moved, I sold a lot of just ornate, even some family frames. And that part of me kicks myself for doing that. So then it's like, I don't want to buy replacement frames, or I don't want to buy frames because I sold those. I don't know. That's just how my head works sometimes. But this frame was too amazing to not buy. You've got the red velvet, kind of like matte, and then just this, I don't even know what it's called. It's gorgeous. Now, they have the glass taped in there. I will probably just pop the glass out and use the frame somewhere, even though I literally don't think I have red anywhere in my house. But I loved this frame. And speaking of frames, that literally is what enticed me to go to the estate sale, because I saw a lot of good frames. And with old good frames, you know there's going to be some original art. You know there's going to be some dark moody, and I was really, really hoping there was going to be some deer hunting and game kind of canvases. I didn't get anything, I didn't get exactly what I wanted, but I got some really close and good things. So one of those is a painting of cows. Now, there is some damage down here. Looks like a mouse got into it. The back says, and this was $15, the back says Academy Board, F.W. DeVoe and Company. So it's old. And the cows are really good. And I grew up on a dairy farm. So the color scheme goes well with what I have going on. Even though I wasn't really thinking cows, I was thinking more hunting and game composition. Now, this one is very fascinating to me because it's not tight. So it's loosened a lot over the years because the wood frame looks good. And I don't know, can you see that it's kind of see-through? It's very speckled. I can probably see it this direction because I'm looking into the sun better, but the paint has definitely flaked off, cracked off over time. But I love the composition. I have a couple things that are very similar to this that would look really good together. I love the buffalo. I've already had a girl message me about it and another dealer. So 2 people from the sale have already said stuff about it. So if it's not on the website, it's probably because either 1, I kept it, or 2, one of them bought it. So down in our kitchenette, this is actually a print on canvas, and it does have some damage here. I never have glued it if you watch that estate sale that I got it, but I just love the coloring on it. And this is actually going to be inspiration for my daughter's bedroom once she moves to college and she only comes to visit, then I can decorate it a little more like this. She is in love with horses, so I know she's gonna like it. But the color schemes on that buffalo painting are very, very similar to this, and I think they will go well together. The other piece I'm dropping here in the corner because it is listed on my website. This one was $30. This is probably the most expensive piece that I bought. It's got the deer, it's got the right color scheme, but it's just a print. And I'm gonna say, like, Actually, the snouts or the noses on the deer are pretty good. And I just noticed the hunter is in green. How perfect is that for me? But this snout position, I am very picky about what the deer's nose looks like. Some of them look too boxy, like a Velveeta cheese box, and I don't like it. So this isn't like perfect because it's not a painting, but it's still really good. And seeing that the hunter is in green is just funny to me. On the back of it, same piece of art is this. And I say this because I don't even know what this is. I don't think it's a painting. And I don't know, some guy walking his dog there, but I don't know what it is. So it's the same board, but I don't know. Like over here, there's a little bit of edging there, like board, and then this side, this is all the way to the top. So I don't know. Somebody help me out and tell me what's happening here. This one does have the wood back. So this was covered up, but it's like not tacked in and falling apart and stuff. Okay, this next piece of art that I'm gonna show you, I am going to just do a close-up video of it because I really am chomping at the bit to take it apart to see what it looks like, because the deer looks like he is a pastel or just pencil, but it's the heaviest frame I've ever had. It is big, but it is not, the size of it does not justify the weight. But if you look on the side, it looks like it's a canvas, but you're not gonna do a pencil sketch or a pastel on a canvas, I don't think, or charcoal or whatever. So we're gonna do an up close of that. And then still stick around because I have some smalls that I got. So I got, you know, a handful of things that weren't art. Okay, so here is that piece. It was $15, and it almost looks like it's an older frame and then framing a newer frame. But doesn't it look like pencil? Let me get where I can, my body's blocking the sun. See his nose? It almost looks like a box of Velveeta cheese. So not in love with that, but he's pretty good. Love the little details here with the flowers. So even though it is crazy heavy, looks like a pencil etch, here's what the back looks like. So it is wood, but then this looks like canvas, doesn't it? So I am so intrigued to take this apart. And those, I've never seen a little nail clamp to hold a canvas onto a frame before. So I'm just very curious. Okay, I have this laid out in the lower level, and there is a wood hole right here, and that is a canvas. So I'm very interested to see what we're gonna uncover. Okay, well that makes it really easy. Those like 90-degree metal brackets just twist. There are a couple nail holes that have came through, but this is just a charcoal like we'd thought, but it's been mounted on canvas. So you can see this is canvas and then this is paper that's been attached. And then that was just one frame. So just kind of the matting part here looks a little bit newer in my opinion. So I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna hammer these nails out and just leave it like this because it is amazing. Hopefully the lighting's okay on the camera. The only thing I worry about is it getting touched and smeared. Like, it is so good. Okay, I'm moving you around the house today to do this because I have piles everywhere. So what are some of the non-art things that I got? I got this faux tree trunk planter for $7. It does have the sticker Napco wear. So I don't know if you watched this cottage video. So we went to New Harmony, Indiana and stayed at an Airbnb, the New Harmony Cottage. And in that, Cindy and Jeff are antique dealers. He specializes in signs and she does kind of more like my style of stuff. And so the cottage was decorated so cute. You need to go and watch that video because it will be inspiring to you just how she's decorated it. But she had one of these planters, but it was probably 2 or 3 times the size of this. It looked so good with a plant in it. And so I have actually been on the hunt for these. You might have noticed in some of my thrift videos that I've seen some more like vase ones that are probably from Target, and that's not what I want. I want something vintage. And so this, I think, is the real deal, just like the one she had, and I think it's gonna clean up really nicely. Speaking of termites, can you see in there the little egg holes, worm holes? I'm pretty sure if that's not termites, well, I guess it could be a wasp nest, although they look pretty small. They could also be, now I can't think, woodworms? Some things, like when you buy old pieces, they have holes in them from worms and they leave like a cocoon trail. So this one was a little more expensive, but he did wheel and deal on me, so we can just say that this was less than that. But I just thought it was so cute. You can put your little candles in it. I'm sure it has some kind of name, but it's like a cool turkey. And it looks like somebody probably hit it with a sander recently. It was probably dirty and full of grime, so that looks a little bit different, but I think if I clean it up with and oil it, then it'll kind of blend together a little bit better, the older and new wood. So that I thought was super cute. I have a thing with spikes. If you don't know that, you haven't watched enough videos. There were some others that they had 8 on. I grabbed this one at 5. I have a million pig cutting boards, which I guess aren't selling right at the moment, but I've gone through phases where every pig cutting board I have sells super quickly. So I had to pick up this little pig figurine for $2. They did scratch off the garage sale sticker, but I'm sure $2 was more than they had spent. This piece, you can see it still has some dust on it. It was like in the office maybe, and $8. The reason that this is so neat is this. When you hang something on it, he goes out. Isn't that cool? So here's what the back looks like. I don't think there's any damage. His beak, his ears, his wings, his toes, everything looks good. Holy crazed bowl. Look at this bowl. Yes, there is a big crack in it. It goes all the way through. I don't care. It was $5. I don't even think it was marked. It almost looks like a speckled stoneware bowl, but it's not. And there is a good divot here, but I don't care. And it's probably not marked. Something's happening outside that Bella's interested in. Yeah, I mean, well,
There is a little faint circle right there. It's just so amazingly crazed. Then this was the cheapest thing I bought, and Pat did it, is what it says on the back. Pat did it. It's got a little pop tab for the hanger, so you can hang this on the wall for $1. I loved it. I've given my sister some boards like this that are shined up and cleaned up more for like a cutting board or charcuterie board, and she just has them propped and leaning up on her open shelving in her kitchen. But I love wood. I love a piece of wood. It's so good. So we got this one. Now I chuckle at myself because a lot of times I say we. It's not a we, it's just a me. Hillary did go with me shopping. She got her own loot, and she will probably sell her things on Facebook Marketplace because she is not really, she wouldn't consider herself a reseller. She's more addicted to thrifting. She's a thriftaholic, and then she needs to sell some of her stuff. So she normally does it on Facebook Marketplace. But if you're not already following her, she is on Instagram and Facebook at Hillary Prawl. I link all of the places that I shop, which this was an estate sale, down in the description. But if I mention people like Hillary, I try to repeat that down in the description so that you can go and follow them, as well as any videos that I mentioned. I want you to know how much I appreciate you watching my videos, all the likes, all the comments. It really does help me grow my channel. If you want to subscribe, if you're not already, that would be wonderful. Click that bell so you get notified anytime a new video comes out, and I'll see you next time. So I seriously might have to rearrange my whole house for this piece of art. And actually, Hillary spotted it. She knew what I was looking for, and I deframed it. And it is on canvas, but it is charcoal, I guess. And it's amazing. I love it. So it is disassembled and now looking for a home. And while I'm here, this suitcase has proven to be a great doggy door. So Bella can't get in the guest bedroom and pee on the carpet, and she can't get into the bathroom and get into the trash.